Math 76, Lesson 36, Subtracting Fractions and Mixed Numbers from Whole Numbers. So, the book has this nice cool analogy about pies, and I'm sure that we've probably used some manipulatives in class to show this. The main thing here is regrouping and rewriting the number 1 in different ways. So in order to subtract mixed numbers from whole numbers, like for example, 4 minus 2 and 1/6, in order to perform this operation, we have to find an accurate way of subtracting these fractions. And if you remember a few lessons back, I related adding and subtracting, or not adding, maybe adding, subtracting times to this operation of adding and subtracting mixed numbers. The reason why is because when we regroup, we have to take the value that we regroup away from this 4, and we have to write it in terms of the fraction. The same way that when I was subtracting from minutes, I was supposed to take the hour and regroup it in the proper form of minutes. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So we've got a whole number 4, and then we've got no fraction to subtract the 1/6. So I'm going to take 1 from this 4. So that now becomes 3, and then the value of 1 that I put over here, I have to write as a fraction. Now the problem is when I write this as a fraction, I have to make sure it has the same denominator, or else I cannot subtract. So when I write this as a fraction, I'm going to choose the denominator that I've got below it. So this will be in a fraction of 6. Now, how can I write this fraction to where it still has a value of 1? Well, if you remember, we just have to put the same number on, we have to put the same number on top. So 6/6. This is the same value of 1. Or if we were to say this, we would say 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. So this is the same number. 3 and 6/6 is the same as the number 4. It's just written differently. So now that it's written differently, I can still subtract. So then I take the 6 minus the 1. That gives me 5. And if you remember, when we were adding or subtracting fractions, we do not change the denominator. So I have 5/6. And then 3 minus 2 gives me 1. So the answer is 1 and 5/6. Let's see if I can find a tougher one for you. I mean, that's just about it, actually. Yeah, we'll do one more algorithm type problem. I believe they've got a couple of word problems for some sum and some more, some one away. Yeah, okay. So let's do this one. Let's say we've got 10 minus 2 and 1/2. Excuse me. So I'm going to regroup this 10 into 9. The 1 that I'm going to put over here has to have the same denominator, so that'll be 2. And then to keep it equal to a value of 1, I make it 2 over 2. 2 over 2 minus 1 over 2 gives me 1 over 2. 9 minus 2 gives me 7. So 7 and 1/2. All right, so now let's move on to this word problem we've got here. So let's adjust our focus. Okay. They tell us there were 4 whole pies on the shelf. The server took 1 5/6 pies. Then how many pies were on the shelf? So this is a sum and sum went away problem. We started off with the sum of 4. The amount that went away was 1 5/6. So let's go ahead and set this up in a subtraction algorithm. So our sum pies was 4, so we had 4 pies. Well, I'm not going to take the time to write pies. Well, I know we're dealing with pies. You know we're dealing with pies. I don't have to write the word pies. So I have 4 pies on the shelf, and it says that the server took away 1 5/6 pies. So 1 5/6 went away. So this is our sum. This is our sum went away. I need to adjust my focus again. Okay. And then we're just going to be doing the same thing we did here. So we regroup the 4, that becomes 3, and then I have to write a fraction with the same denominator, that's going to be 6. So 3 and 6/6. 6/6 minus 5/6 gives me 1/6. 3 minus 1 gives me 2. So 2 and 1/6 pies remain on the shelf. So my final answer is going to be 2 and 1/6 pies. Well, that's it for this lesson. If you have any questions, let me know on the school website, and I will see you in class.